Terrorism is a big global menace. International cooperation is vital for countering terrorism. In the development arena, how do we continue on the path of empowering women and ensuring women-led development? The new technologies that have come up, new developments in science and technology have brought forth new areas like artificial intelligence, biotechnology. The focus of this summit is the future. Addressing the whole issue of reform of the UN would require a time-bound process. A United Nations that is not reformed would not have credibility in facing the challenges of today's world. India is a huge contributor to global peacekeeping missions. Our peacekeepers, over 280,000 of them, have served in numerous peacekeeping missions around the world. How do we ensure that peacekeeping is more focused, more targeted, and meets the requirements, and our peacekeepers have the resources for ensuring that they fulfill their mandate? Terrorism is a big global menace. International cooperation is vital for countering terrorism. At the UN, this is an important issue for us, along with our friends and partners, to see how we can counter terrorism and how do we ensure that there is no financing for terrorism. In the development arena, how do we continue on the path of empowering women and ensuring women-led development around the world, but especially in the case of developing countries? This is a huge focus for us. In addition to these, I think we will also be looking at the new technologies that have come up. New developments in science and technology have brought forth new areas like artificial intelligence, biotechnology. How do we harness these technologies, and how do we have a governance structure for these technologies which is equitable and which will ensure that countries of the global south have access to these technologies in an affordable manner? I think this will be a significant focus. How do we harness innovation and how do we bring in all countries and make it an inclusive process so that no one is left out or no one is left behind? This will be a huge area because for us and most other developing countries, harnessing technology is the easiest way to leapfrog and make up for the time lost in bringing growth and development to our citizens. India's example of the last few years of harnessing technology is a shining example, and I think this is something that we will closely look to see how we can ensure that the governance structures for new technologies is in a manner that is beneficial to countries of the global south.
So the Prime Minister will also be addressing the UN Summit of the Future, where he will bring message from 1.4 billion people of India. What is the one message that he would give to the world leaders, and what topics can we expect during his address?
Well, I think we should wait for, we look forward eagerly to Honorable Prime Minister's visit and to hear his message. But as the Secretary General said, we have a UN system built by our grandfathers, and this is not a future that we can leave for our grandchildren. So the focus of this summit is the future, and our youth are the future. India has the largest youth component globally. For a country of 1.4 billion people, a majority of our citizens are young. They are the youth. They are the future. I think when Prime Minister speaks, he speaks and brings the message of the youth of India to the whole world. What are their aspirations? What is their example? What is their contribution to our development process, to our growth process? I think the focus here is going to be on sustainable development, financing for development. A significant focus will be on looking at how we can harness technologies, again, keeping in view the focus is on the future and that we need to involve the youth. How do we bring in the youth in all aspects of governance, in all aspects of nation building, in all aspects of our development process? I think this will be a big focus, and we are eagerly waiting to look forward and to hear the Prime Minister's message.
Right. So India has been at the forefront when it comes to UN Security Council reforms, and the Pact of the Future contains language on how the reforms can be taken forward. How does India assess the Pact's proposal on UNSC reforms?
I think as far as the revitalization of the UN and reforming of the multilateral institutions is concerned, it is clear they do not represent, and they are not able to face the challenges of today's world. I think addressing the whole issue of reform of the UN would require a time-bound process with the text-based negotiations, and that is what India and all our partners are pushing for. It is very clear, and world leaders understand, that a United Nations that is not reformed would not have credibility in facing the challenges of today's world.